All right. Hey, everybody. It's me again, Madison from Green Buffalo Productions, coming at you live for another fun-filled night of Quarantine Quarter live readings. I'm here with Layla Gentile, our very fun, very great board member. Ellen couldn't make it today, but we love her and are going to miss her very much during this reading. Very quick shout out to Layla Gentile and Zach Hattrick. Layla is a board member of ours, a local playwright, director, and actor here in Green Buffalo Production. I would literally not be able to do this without her today and any other day ever. So thank you so much, Layla, for being here. And a special shout out to Zach, which we would never go live without him because let me tell you, technology is hard. So Zach Hattrick, our pretty cool video guy, another director, actor, and playwright locally here to Buffalo. Thanks so much, guys, for being on the team and for really helping us out every week. What I do want to mention, too, is our Patreon account. This is new as of June. We started a Patreon just to kind of have a little bit of flow of income, especially during the quarantine. Patreon is great. You can come in at different levels depending on how your income and your budget for your life, with the smallest tier being $5 and the largest one being $75 a month. Every little bit helps Green Buffalo for every show that we're going to do. Once this quarantine is over, we can start speaking with people again and seeing them in real life and real time. We do have some really fun exclusive to Patreon shows that are coming up in the near future. We have The Magic Skull by Sean Cheeky. Sean is actually in our plays today. He wrote this very fun meta play called The Magic Skull, and we're going to have a very fun trilogy night with it that includes all sorts of fun, crazy stuff. So that's in the works for every one of our Patreon members from $5 to $75. And we're also working on Almost Paradise, a radio drama written by myself about love and about murder and about both somehow at the same time. For those of you who are fans of The Bachelor, fellow Bachelor Nation people, this is right up your alley. For people who are into horror podcasts, this is also right up your alley. Come on down, donate some money to Patreon. We are in the works of casting for Almost Paradise, so if it's something that you're interested in auditioning for, we do have 35 women and 3 men in this show, so we are looking for a very wide range of voices and voice talent, especially for women. So feel free to send us an email at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com, and we'll be able to set aside some time to do a live reading with myself and the cast, just to kind of test where you fit and see if there's a spot for you. We do also have parts available for the Magic Skull series. It's going to be a little bit different of an audition than we're used to, probably through Zoom, but also email us for that if you're looking to be part of the Magic Skull series. Let's see, I do have Layla on with us today. Here she is.
Yes, it's me. So next I want to bring up that we are in support of Black Lives Matter, and just because the topic isn't trending, that doesn't mean it's gone away. We were able to, a couple weeks ago, we traded off, instead of running our Patreon, we supported a bunch of different fundraisers and companies that help with the Black Lives movement. I'm actually going to be putting in a link in the comments of this. Please, if you have the funds and the ability, absolutely be able and willing to send a little donation. It really does help in the long run, and we're just trying to make a more accessible theater space for everyone. And then...
All right. And actually, within that same vein, we're doing a show that kind of mirrors the Vagina Monologues in a way, called What It Means to Be Human. We're partnering up with Mad Women in the Attic and different artists around Buffalo to come up with different visual performance, different kinds of visual and performative ways to discuss oppression in any way. So kind of opening it up to something more than domestic violence, which is what the Vagina Monologues kind of focuses on. We're still accepting submissions. We're looking for poems, monologues, spoken word poems, choreographed dances, music, short stories, short plays, any kind of other visual or performative art that we can put up on a stage. And we're looking for all sorts of submission topics. Me, Layla, and Ellen are slowly going through every single submission one by one personally, just to see like what we have in regards of topics, but we're always looking for new things, and we'd love for you to share your experience with us. Some of the topics include sexual abuse and assault, healthcare, higher education, mental illness, violence, race, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, sexism, addiction. The list goes on. We actually have everything listed on our website, which we'll put in the comments below. For what it means to be human. You can email those submissions into greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. And do us a favor too, if you're an artist and you're looking to submit your own work, if you are more comfortable performing your own pieces on your own, just let us know in the email that you would like to be the performer on that, and we will definitely work something out. If it's something you're uncomfortable with, let us know in the email, and we'll be able to hire an actor or a dancer or a musician, depending on what you submit, and we'll be able to do that for you as well. We do also, I wanted to mention, have a call for full-length plays for our 2021 season. It looks like we do have a slot open for that. We are looking for any kind of plays that have been previously unproduced, that feature women, people of the LGBTQ plus community, and people of color, and anything that's new and original that you have written yourself here in Western New York. You can send those over to Green Buffalo Productions as well. We do have a Google form for you to fill out with your best 10 pages. So take a look. We have another link in the comments for you if you are interested. And if it is a work in progress, Layla can kind of get into that with you to talk about the Buffalo Theater Workshop.
Absolutely. So for those who don't know, the Buffalo Theater Workshop is an amazing group that was started by Emma English. And basically it provides artists who are still working on their plays or their films to get feedback on their work and to hear their work read out loud. So the format is we ask that you submit your play, especially if it is a work in progress, to the Buffalo Theater Workshop. And then from there, we will have every month we do a reading where the whole play will be read out loud. The play or film will be read out loud, and then feedback will be given from the readers. You can ask questions as the playwright or the writer. And it's just another way to have people, hear their work read out loud. Because sometimes when you hear it, you're like, oh, that's why that sounds funny. So it's a really great tool. I've actually myself had my plays read through the Buffalo Theater Workshop. Maddie has as well. It's a great, great tool. If you're considering doing it, please feel free to contact us. And actually, we already have the event for July. We have Cover and Push by David Marciniak. Hope I said that correctly. On July 22nd, the reading will be at 6:30 p.m. Please join our Facebook event, which I am posting right now into the chat, into the little comment section. So if you can join us for that reading, please feel free to do so. And it's being moderated by the founder of Buffalo Theater Workshop, Emma English herself, which is very exciting. And then we have the Museum of Fuckboys, which is a play that was written by Justin Karcher, who is a local playwright and poet. It's a really great play that basically follows a young man's, a fuckboy, and his interactions with 3 different women and how he either learns and grows from those interactions or is stifled by his own thought process. It's a very exciting play. And actually, because of COVID, we are going to be turning it into short film scenes. So as soon as we have those final dates for the release, we will be updating everyone, but that is in the process of being turned into a short film, which is very exciting. And then we will be having spooky.
Woohoo! Our favorite time of year, Halloween. We've moved up the spooky submission deadline to June 30th, which means you have until it looks like Tuesday of next week to submit those spooky plays. We do have a couple of changes this year just because of COVID and what we need as a company. We thought it would be better suited to turn this into the Spooky One Act Film Festival. So just to go over the submission guidelines for those of you who are working on your spooky plays, which I'm sure is all of you listening, all the scripts must be screenplays or scripts with a Halloween theme that can easily be adaptable to film. If you need help with formatting or anything like that, submit your play the way it is, and myself, Layla, and Ellen would be happy to reformat it for you and help you with reformatting to film if you're unfamiliar with the medium. All the scripts must be 10 to 15 pages. This is different from last year. We're adding another 5 pages so you can really round out your story and make it a full, complete idea. All scripts must include no more than 3 characters, obviously to pertain with the social distancing rules put in by New York State. All of the set requirements must be minimal. All of the scripts must be submitted in a PDF format with an author bio, headshot, and character descriptions, as well as a script synopsis. All work must be completely original. Feel free to collaborate with others, but it should be an original piece. There is no limit to how many Spooky One Acts you can submit, but all scripts are due by the 30th. We are, again, looking for unproduced works. If you do have a spooky play that you wrote for a different competition, it's absolutely still valid. Just make sure that it hasn't been produced elsewhere. Or try your luck at writing a new thing. We love new things. It's going to be a very fun time. So you can also be part of Green Buffalo's Quarantine Quarters as an actor or a writer. You can email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com and just specify what you're looking to do with us. And we'd be happy to put you on our list for both writers or for an actor or both, whatever suits you the best. Before we get started, we're going to really just hop into plays today. I did want to say a very special shout out to our patrons, Sarah Henderson, Leslie Cairns, Sean Lewis, or Sean Cheeky. Hey, Sean, you're in the chat with us. It's very fun. Wayne Conover, Ryan Schlia, and Catherine Schwebka. Thank you so much for your generous donations to Green Buffalo. These donations go a very long way. We're very close to our first goal, which is going to help us build sets for next year, as well as help pay our actors and our creative team the funds that they deserve for all the hard work that they do for us. But thank you all so much. They've all kind of joined in on different tiers. And the higher the tier, the more stuff you get, obviously. So just take a look out for our Patreon. We'll have it linked in the comment section below. But yeah, let's get started with these plays, is what you're all here to listen to. We have the first one up is Finding the Way Home by Kelly Buth, and I'll hand it over to Layla.
Yes. So I'll be reading the stage directions for Finding the Way Home by Kelly Buth. I have Dakota being played by Tammy Martell, Bruno being played by Joe Tenebruso, Father Joe being played by Nick Edward. Just want to make sure. Good, we are, and I will get started. Lights up on a very dim sanctuary of an old church at nighttime. It is a church in a small town where everyone knows everyone else's business, and families have attended the same church for generations. The only light is from the candles that are perpetually lit in memory of loved ones. Dakota is sitting in a pew in the front of the church, deep in prayer. She is obviously troubled and so involved in her thinking that she doesn't notice that Bruno has entered and has shuffled down the aisle toward her. He is dressed shabbily as a result of his transient lifestyle and is recognized by everyone in the town, but is somewhat a figure of mystery.
Hello, young lady. And if I join you?
Can you not?
He begins to sit down in complete disregard of her wishes.
Seriously? I'd like to be alone.
Well, pay no attention to me. I just need a place to take a load off for a bit here.
Dakota, annoyed, moves down several feet and refocuses on her thoughts. Joey.
Chilly evening out there. Should I be swinging in?
Yeah, I
Hi,
think
can you hear me?
now we can hear you.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry, I apologize. I wasn't hearing anything. Okay.
No worries. I'll give you the intro again. Dakota, annoyed, moves down several feet and refocuses on her thoughts.
A chilly evening out there. I was feeling the wind in my bones tonight. Winter is a-coming, that's for sure.
Do you mind?
Sorry, just making conversation.
I didn't come here for conversation. Came here to be alone.
Okay. As you wish.
Thank you.
He looks around the sanctuary, taking it all in, and is silent for a bit. One can see that the place holds many memories for him over the course of his lifetime.
My daughter was married in this church. Beautiful wedding.
Could you please stop? I've had a really lousy day, week, and I just need to be alone with my thoughts. If you have to be here, please find somewhere else to sit. It's a large enough sanctuary that we can both be in here in silence in our own space. I'm begging you, please leave me alone.
Bruno is stunned at the outburst, as if he had just been slapped.
Sorry. I just could see that you're hurting. I know sometimes it's harder to be alone when you feel that way.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you. 1 year ago today, I lost my mom. It's just been a hard week, that's all.
I'm very sorry for your loss. If it's any help, I can promise you that over time, it does get a little easier.
I hope so. I miss her very much.
You always will.
Drugs.
I beg your pardon?
Drugs. That's what took my mother away.
Oh, I'm sorry. That couldn't have been easy.
No. But I can't help but feel that life is easier somehow now that she's gone.
I can understand that.
It doesn't make me feel any less guilty, though.
It wasn't your fault, you know.
What do you know?
Enough. Her addiction was a disease.
Yeah. You sound like my therapist.
It's good you're talking to someone.
I guess.
You'll realize it someday. It takes time.
Oh, I kept thinking of her last words to me. I'm sorry, baby. I made so many mistakes, but the one thing I did right in my life was you. Don't waste your life like I did mine. Make it mean something. I love you.
She loved you very much.
And her. I remember when I was little, before my dad left, and everything went to hell. We used to come to church every Sunday and sit right here. Somehow, I feel closest to her when I'm in this sanctuary. I know it was so long ago, but I don't know. It's where her spirit is the strongest.
Perhaps because that's where she was the happiest.
Yeah. She was so involved, you know? Altar Guild, vestry fundraisers. I was raised in this church.
Yeah, that's a wonderful way to grow up.
It really was. Such a close, almost family, I guess.
Beautiful.
But then my folks started arguing. Dad left and Mom withdrew and found other ways of coping.
Drugs.
Yeah. Within 5 years, she was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota takes a small hourglass from her pocket.
When my mom was nearing the end, I used to put this on the bedside table and watch it as I sat with her. Somehow it made the days feel longer. I know, ridiculous, but it helped.
Well, not ridiculous at all. Powerful, actually.
I wish I could tell her how much I loved her.
She knows.
I hope so. When my mom first got sick, I would come here every night and beg God to end her suffering. Some good that did.
Back.
Sorry, Joe, we have an issue again. Didn't hear
Can
you.
you hear me again?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Waiting for the line.
When my mom first got sick, I would come here every night and beg God to end her suffering. Some good that did.
God answers our prayers. Not always in the way we'd like.
Excuse me?
But
He didn't answer my prayers. God didn't make my mother better. She's dead. And now I'm all alone in this world. I've got nobody, okay? Nobody.
Dakota sinks back into the pew.
God knew how your mother was suffering. And he took her to a place of eternal love. Your struggle is over. She is at peace. No more pain.
I know that. I know that, okay? But it doesn't make it any less hard or me miss her any less.
Oh, of course not.
I want her here with me, like it was, just the two of us. And if that makes me selfish, I don't care.
It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you human.
How do you know so much? You're like a damn Dr. Phil or something. What do? Go from church to church, counseling poor, lonely, troubled orphans? Oh God, I'm an orphan. I've never said that out loud before.
How do you feel?
Scared. Like my whole life is before me and I have to figure out how to make my mom proud and not fuck it up.
She is already proud of you.
I doubt that.
Of course she is.
I've done nothing with my life. I just amble from dead-end job to dead-end job. Nothing sticks. I've lost my passion, my direction.
You'll find it again. Nothing is lost forever. It takes time. Time to heal and find a new path forward to walk.
Maybe.
What do you like to do?
What?
What do you like to do? You know, hobbies, interests. Do you play the flute? What?
Definitely not the flute. Honestly, I really just like helping people.
That's a good place to start.
Don't laugh, okay?
I would never.
Well, it's kind of silly, but since my mom died, I've wanted to start a shelter. You know, a place where kids like me could have support and a place to go. People to depend on, kind of maybe a social worker of sorts.
Well, that's not silly at all.
That's the first time I've said it out loud, and you're right. It doesn't sound as silly as I made it out to be.
Now, make it a reality.
Right, but how? I don't have anything. Resources, money.
You'll find a way. It's meant to be. It'll happen.
Maybe.
Oh, do it. Do it for your mom. And she'll help you. Always with you.
We'll see.
Positivity.
I'll do my best. I know it sounds childish, but sometimes I just wish I could click my heels like Dorothy from Oz and wish myself in a home with a family all my own, not just alone all the time. Don't laugh. But I actually tried it before you showed up.
Somehow the message must have gotten crossed. I think you clicked your heels and wished for me.
Yeah, right.
If that's the future you want, then go get it.
I will say, coming back to church regularly has been a big solace. They even put me in charge of a Sunday school class. That's why I was here so late. Just finished class and stopped up for a while before I went home. Makes me feel less lonely somehow.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
That he does.
Don't sell yourself short, dear kid. Seems like you're more on a path of healing than you realize. Sometimes the path home finds you.
I guess.
Ah,
I just realized that I've been sitting here pouring my heart out to a stranger, and I don't even know your name.
well, it's an easy fix. I'm Bruno Jones.
Dakota Lasting.
Hey, no longer strangers.
Yeah, thank you.
What?
Just thank you for listening. I mean, no offense. You look like as if you've had enough challenges in your own life, and here I am bearing my soul to you.
Yeah, I've certainly seen enough. Probably should have written a book.
There's still time. Follow your passion, just like you told me.
Too late for that. Old brain doesn't work like it used to. Might have to take my stories with me to the grave.
Well, either way, maybe sometime you could tell me some of your tales. You know, wisdom of the aged and all.
Ouch! Never liked that word. Aged. Makes me feel like an old piece of cheese.
Or a fine bottle of wine, perhaps?
That's better. Can we use the word vintage at least?
All of a sudden, Dakota hears a noise.
Did you hear that?
Probably just the wind.
Dakota looks at the hourglass in her hand and slowly rises.
Where are you going?
I'll be right back. Gonna light a candle for my mother and leave this there. I think it's time for me to start moving forward.
That's great, Dakota. Beautiful. You'll get there. The past is behind you. In the present, it's all we have. And what? I'm back.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are.
All right, I'll be right back. Gonna light a candle for my mother and leave this there. I think it's time for me to start moving forward.
That's great, Dakota. Beautiful. Get there. The past is behind you. The future is in front of you. Live in the present. It's all we have. And what will be, will be.
I like that.
And don't forget, your mother is always with you.
Dakota walks up to the altar with the hourglass, lights the candle, sets the hourglass next to it, and says a prayer. She stands in silence for a few moments with her eyes closed, just feeling her mother's presence.
Okay, Bruno. It's time for me to go.
He is gone. The church is empty. Dakota, a little shaken, picks up her bag and heads to the exit. As she reaches it, she is met by the pastor holding a shovel.
Dakota! I didn't realize anyone else was still in here. I hope I didn't scare you.
Oh, hello, Father. I was just heading out. Stopped to say a little prayer after class before going home.
No problem at all. Stay as long as you'd like.
Father, is everything okay? Are you digging something?
Oh, yes. It must be strange to see your pastor carrying a shovel in the dark late at night.
Well, it's a tad unusual.
Sadly, I can't make the old standard joke about burying bodies because I actually am.
Okay.
Tragedy, really. 2 nights ago, older gentleman, lives up on the hill. I'm sure you would recognize him. Had a life of a struggle. That one drinks, drugs, no family left, no money. The city looked to the church to give him a proper burial, and it looks like I'm it. All we can be grateful for is that he's at peace now, with the Lord. God rest his soul.
Father Joe heads towards the exit.
Good old Bruno Jones. Rest in peace.
Who?
Bruno Jones, the old man who died.
Oh.
Dakota stands in stunned silence.
Gotta get to it. The grave digger quit last week. Kidding.
Father Joe starts to leave.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There was some good news that came down today. It involves you.
Really? Me?
I got a call from the social work program down at the university. It seems they want to offer a full scholarship to an eager student in need of direction. You were the first one I thought of. Come see me in my office tomorrow and we'll work out the details. If you're interested.
Yes. Oh my. Yes.
Father Joe exits whistling.
Thank you.
Dakota turns back towards the empty sanctuary with a new understanding. She looks around, and as she turns to leave, she notices an action figure on the floor. It is Dorothy from Oz wearing her red shoes. She bends down, picks it up, and smiles.
Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Mom. You will always be in my heart. I'm ready to find my way home.
Dakota closes her eyes, clicks her heels 3 times, and exits the church. Blackout. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for understanding with the tech problems. It's just what happens with some live theater. So, woohoo! So now I'm going to pass it off to Maddie for the next play.
All right. So once again, I just wanted to say thanks to all of our Patreon members. Calling them out by name again: Sarah Henderson, Leslie Karen, Sean Lewis, Sean Cheeky, whichever, Wayne Conover, Ryan Schlia, and Catherine Schwebka. Thanks again so much for your generous donation. We're going to move right along to Hallowed Ground by Sarah Lyons. We're really excited to have another play by Sarah Lyons being read today. So for today, we have Macy being played by Tammy Martell and Tony being played by Sean Cheeky. Once again, just to plug that Patreon one more time, Sean, loyal Patreon member, so be like Sean. All right, so curtain up on a dark churchyard just around midnight. Our Lady of Sacred Heart looms in the background as Macy sneaks in holding a shoebox with some writing on it in one arm and holding a shovel with her other hand. She comes up on an empty patch of grass and then puts the box down. She takes a look around and then begins digging into the ground almost frantically. After a minute or two of this, she checks her hole's depth and tosses the shovel aside. She then lifts the lid off the shoebox and removes an hourglass and a plastic action figure of He-Man. She takes a deep breath and stands the hourglass next to the hole. She holds He-Man by his head and shakes it 3 times, slowly as she speaks.
Ut te hoc liquid vitae mei, o sancte cludere.
We hear a small poof as Tony appears in a puff of smoke, a few feet behind Macy. He stretches his limbs and rolls his neck.
Aha! Hello, young lady.
Macy starts and shrieks and scrambles away from Tony, stumbling in the He-Man hole.
Where the hell did you come from?
Oh no, my dear, not hell at all. And I should hope you would know, you clicked your heels and wished for me.
What? No, I didn't. My ears were firmly under me this whole time. And that still doesn't explain who you are, or why you snuck up on me here in the middle of the night.
Well, someone must have wished for me. Actually, prayed is more the appropriate word. My name is Saint Anthony, the patron saint of lost things. You must have said something in Latin here. That's the only way to pull me from beyond.
Macy struggles to comprehend, then slowly approaches Tony. She reaches her hand out in front of her until it reaches to, then through, Tony's stomach. She shrieks again, pulling her hand back.
Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. Oh God, what have I done?
Is everything okay, my dear?
I must have said the incantation wrong, and I must have accidentally knocked this thing's feet together while I was doing it. You're not supposed to be here.
What do you mean? I'm always supposed to be wherever I am. That's what we saints do.
No. See?
She gestures to the things she's brought with her.
I was trying to get rid of an evil spirit in my house that's been torturing me. You're here because I must have screwed up the words of the incantation that was supposed to lock it down here and called you instead.
Ooh, I love an exorcism.
Tony scurries excitedly towards the girl and her action figure.
But wait, I don't sense anything malevolent here. Why exactly are you burying this toy?
Well, I figured this was probably where the spirit lived most of the time.
Oh, well, honey, spirits don't live. They precisely do the opposite.
Can you not?
I'm sorry, please, do continue.
Well, it all started when we moved into our new house. I noticed little things would get knocked over at weird times, and papers would end up in the wrong place when no one had moved them. But as the weather got warmer, it got really bad. All our doors have been slamming open and shut all throughout the night. It's torture. And since it happened most often in my brother's room, it made sense that his action figure would be the main host for whatever was haunting us, so I figured I would bring him here and bury him under the hallowed ground, trap him here forever. You see, I didn't want to find anything. I specifically wanted this thing lost.
Wait, did you say you just moved in up the road?
Yes?
To one of those charming little old houses up there?
Yes. And?
Your mother has a beauty mark on her left ear, does she not?
How do you know that?
She prayed to me last week. She was missing an earring. I helped her find it in the cat bed. The little rascal stole it from her dresser.
Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
Okay, honey, there's no poltergeist in your house. That's not even a normal geist. There's no air conditioning in there. So your parents have been leaving windows open around the house at night for a cross breeze that's been blowing those doors open and shut. Back in my day when we were alive, we'd never leave the windows open at night, but I think it's a charming new custom. But that's what's happening to your papers and things. It's just simple airflow. Get central air, reset your door hinges, and you should be fine.
Oh, okay.
And now that that's taken up, I should be on my way. So farewell, my dear.
Tony closes his eyes and takes a deep breath, arms outstretched, beat. Nothing happens.
Mr. Tony? Is something wrong?
Tony opens one eye.
Apparently so. I should have zipped back by now. So why am I still here?
Tony looks down at the hourglass.
Oh no.
What? Oh no. I'm the only one allowed to do oh no here.
Did you put the timepiece there?
Yes. It was supposed to be part of the ritual.
Well, I think it wants me to stay.
What do you mean?
I mean that I need you to help you find whatever you seek before that thing runs out.
Beat. Macy considers.
But I don't need to find anything.
Well, that might be a problem, because I'm not exactly the patron saint of not lost things, now am I? And if I don't help you before that timer runs out, I'm gonna be stuck here, and I'll be the one that's ending up haunting your house.
Aha! Maybe that's it.
She picks up the hourglass in both hands, closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and announces,
St. Anthony, I have nothing I need to find. Your work here is done.
She waits a beat and cracks one eye open to see Tony, still standing there, slightly annoyed.
Well, it was worth a try, right?
Maybe we should try finding your lost short-term memory. Not having anything to find is outside my wheelhouse, remember?
Well, wait, hold on. I have another idea. You did help me find the truth about my house, right? That's got to count for something. Surely your boss, God, I don't know, can count up that.
No, my line of work is strictly about things. I can't work on finding truths. What is that? Officially, I'd be stepping on Bonaventure's toes. You know, maybe being earthbound isn't so bad. I remember liking it here when I was alive.
Tony takes a step or two and then winces in pain, having stepped on a rock.
No.
Oh, no?
Macy runs her hands through Tony again, and he lets out a tiny ticklish giggle.
Yeah.
You can feel things. You're an apparition. You're not supposed to feel things.
Oh dear, you're right. That's not good. That's very not good. I need to get back up there, or else...
Or else what?
I won't just be hanging out on Earth. I'll be stuck here with all its pain, all its suffering, everything. And with no real body to hold myself together like you have, I don't know what will happen. To me, to you, to this little town. I've seen what happens to trapped spirits before. It's not pretty.
Not pretty? What happened to the last one you heard about?
Tony looks her in the eye, and mime explodes in, complete with matching mouth noise. Thanks, Sean.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's bad.
Macy takes a moment to consider, then notices the hole that's still left in the ground.
Maybe since I brought you here, I need to do something to get you back. I kind of desecrated a holy place when I dug this hole, didn't I? Maybe if I put this dirt back safe, the rest of the angels will throw you a line?
Oh, well, your thoughtfulness is encouraging. Maybe that's it.
Macy sets about filling the hole back up, setting aside He-Man and the box. She puts all the dirt back and then replaces the grass patch she had removed, smoothing it all into place.
It looks very nice.
But you're still here.
I am, yes.
Macy sits next to a gravestone.
I'm so sorry I did this to you. I didn't mean to, but now you're stuck because of me.
Yes, I'm stuck here because of you. How hard is it to read a little bit of Latin, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm mad. It's not your fault, dear. Those Latin incarnations can be so tricky, especially when it's not your native language. I used to mess up my own pronunciation all the time when I was alive, too. These things happen. I'm just sorry I might explode and take out your whole town as a result, but that's not your fault.
Macy sits up, having noticed something about her hand. She glances at Tony, who isn't paying attention to her. She then slips a mood ring off of her finger and slips it into the palm of her hand.
Oh no, Tony!
What is it, dear?
She crawls quickly to the patch she had dug in the ground, putting the dirt back up and slipping her ring into the mix.
I think while I was refilling that hole, my ring came off and now I can't find it.
Tony lights up.
Now this is something I know how to do.
Tony kneels next to Macy and gets his finger in there too.
What did it look like?
It was a mood ring of a dolphin. My best friend Anna gave it to me. Yeah, I'd never be able to face her in school if I'd lost my friendship ring.
A ring to explain your mood? What will these modern people think up next?
Tony freezes, then grins.
Is this the ring you're looking for?
Yes, thank you, Anthony.
Of course, that's why I'm here.
Chimes sound in the distance as the last grains of sand in the hourglass slip down.
Did you hear that?
Tony starts to glow bit by bit as golden smoke starts coming up from the ground. Macy smiles as she dusts her ring off and puts it back on her finger.
It looks like you're heading home after all.
A smile works its way across Tony's face as the smoke slowly rises further.
It seems I am. Goodbye, Macy. Thank you for bringing me back for a visit, and thank you for helping me find a way back home.
I'd say any time, but I doubt you want to make a habit of it. Can't have you stepping on pebbles and exploding houses now, can I?
Well, if you ever need me,
He reconsiders.
Well, maybe just ask for me in your head instead of summoning anything. It's safer that way.
Macy and Tony laugh as the smoke finishes rising, covering Tony completely. He vanishes.
Goodbye, Tony.
Macy looks down at all of her stuff and gathers it up, being extra careful with the hourglass. She smooths the dirt back over its hole and then walks slowly, almost meditatively, off the church grounds, with it all as an owl flies by in the distance, calling once as it passes. Curtain down. The end. Oh, great job. Thanks so much, Sarah, for writing that play. Thanks, Tammy and Sean, for reading this play. We're going to move on to our next play called Meeting of the Minds. Layla, if you'd like to take over.
Yes, absolutely. So I will be reading the stage directions for Meeting of the Minds by Serena Noor, who I believe is with us right now, watching this live stream, which is great. I have Baby being read by Danelle Adler, Rick being read by Nick Edwards. The character's name is Rick, our actor's name is Nick. It's not confusing. And Thames is being read by Joe Tenebrous. I believe we are all, yes, correct. I'm just, all right. Baby is sitting at a pew in an old spooky and haunted church. She is nervously fiddling with a He-Man action figure. She turns her body around and sees Rick come in. He is dressed in a trench coat and holding a shovel. She quickly puts the action figure in her pocket and looks ahead. He sees Baby and sits next to her.
You picked a real odd place.
I just wanted to make sure we could talk in private.
Rick looks around.
I actually think it's beautiful. Look at that altar. There's so much richness there. A history that we'll never know.
Yeah, I'm particularly enamored by the mold and creepy pillars over there.
She points to the shovel.
Doing some gardening?
Yeah, something like that.
Rick puts it to his side.
Did anyone follow you here?
Not that I know of, but who really knows? I've grown numb to caring about who lurks near me. It seems there's always people around me, wanting things from me.
I'm so sorry. That's no way to leave.
Must be easy for you to say sorry for something you'll never understand.
That's not fair.
Not fair and so sorry. Such is life. So, anyway, you wanted to talk to me. You said it was so important.
It is. Baby, this is it. I think I found a new role for you. A really good one.
You can't fill my head with this gas anymore. That's what you said the last and the time before that. I'm so tired of all this. Tired of all your empty promises.
A scratching noise is heard by the altar. Baby jumps up and diverts her gaze to the front of the church.
Did you hear that?
Sit down. You're making me nervous.
Baby goes to sit back down.
Sounded like scratching nails or something.
Baby, no one has been in this church for years. It's abandoned.
That's comforting.
It was probably a mouse or something. There's nowhere else we can even talk anymore. You're always surrounded by so many people, or your fans, or your son. All of them fawning over you, wanting to be near you.
Don't you dare mention him. You don't get the right to talk about him anymore.
I miss him too, but he's better off where he is. You'll see that soon enough.
Rick holds her hand.
And I miss you.
Don't. You don't get to do that to me anymore.
Look.
I've been thinking. We had a good run and all. A really good run. But I just think, I know that this, whatever this is, isn't working. And I need to look out for myself, 'cause no one else is going to do that for me. Not you, not Cass, not even Holden. I don't want you to be my agent anymore.
Did you just hear me? I found you a new part, and it's a damn good one. I just got off the phone with Robbie Bellberg, and he wants you. He wants you to play Amelia.
What?
Yes, baby. This is it. Everything we've been fighting for, it's all happening now. You're gonna play Amelia fucking Earnhardt.
He goes to hug her.
Can you not? You just don't listen.
Did you not just hear what I goddamn said? I got you the role of a lifetime, and I did everything you said. No audition, no reading, the part is yours, all yours. This is going to be it. Baby, your ticket to the Oscars.
You're not fucking with me.
No, I would never want to do that to you.
Baby pulls out the action figure and talks to it.
You hear that, Holden? Mama's finally going to hit it big. No more digging holes and shoveling around everyone's shit. No more waiting on men hand and foot. No one believed in me. No one thought I was anything but a washed-out teen star. And now I'm going to be amazing.
You were born to shine.
Baby puts the action figure back in her.
You know, I'm going to need to see the contract before anything gets going. And I need the weekends off to visit Holden.
I've covered that already. All you have to do is show up and do your magic.
A creaking noise is heard again. Baby and Rick look up towards the altar.
I heard that this time.
Let's get out of here. We had our meeting of the minds and I'm officially spooked.
Calm down, calm down.
Don't tell me that shit. There's something over there, and I'm not waiting around to see what it is.
Baby gets up and goes for the door, but Rick stops her.
I said calm down. Let me think.
Get your grubby hands off me.
Don't you know?
No.
Baby, I've been by your side all along. I've been there to defend your honor, stand up for you when no one wanted to hire you. And baby, I love you. I always have.
Are you taking those purple pills again? You're sounding all whacked out.
This church is rather beautiful. You can't see it now because it's all weathered with time, but this is actually the church where my parents got married. The church where I was baptized, and the church I'm gonna get married.
Congratulations.
Did you hear what I said, baby? I love you and I want to marry you. Will you marry me?
You're insane. I would never marry you.
Don't you know? When I ran into you at that McDonald's, it was like you clicked your heels and wished for me. Wished for a better life. And now look, you got the Amelia part. And our marriage is the perfect payment for everything I had to do for you. All those men, you have no idea what sacrifices I made to make sure that baby always had the role she wanted. Well, now it's my time. It's my time to get what I want.
Baby tries to wiggle from his grip. He pulls out some handcuffs and locks their hands together.
What the fuck? Get this off me!
Oh, relax. You're being so dramatic.
The creaking noise is heard again. Pastor Thames, an aging priest, appears at the altar.
Oh, goody, he's here. Once we are married, you'll see. You'll see how much better your life will be. You'll be the most famous person in the world, and I will stop at nothing to get you what you want.
Help! Help! Help!
Oh, please stop that. You know no one will hear you.
Pastor Thames is approaching them. He is expressionless and ghost-like.
You gotta help me! This man is holding me captive!
Do you, Baby Johnson, take Rick Donald to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Thames, we aren't there yet.
Sorry, sir. I'm a fool.
You have to get me out of here.
The only way out, the top.
She's already at the top. She's gonna win an Oscar this year.
That's rather impressive.
Soon you'll be the most famous actress who ever lived, and that's all you ever wanted. Isn't she beautiful?
Yes, quite ravishing. Certain old world charm.
Yes. Yes, she does.
Baby trying to wiggle her hands out.
You're not gonna get away with this.
But baby, my love, I already have.
Everyone said to get rid of you, said you were a creep, said you were taking advantage of me. And I didn't see it at first, didn't see how you manipulated me and Holden, until it was too late. You're a sick, sick fuck, and you're gonna pay for this.
I did everything for you. I got you the biggest part of your life.
I got that part. I'm the goddamn talented one. I'm the star.
Sir, I do charge by the hour.
Please proceed.
Thames turns over an hourglass and opens a piece of paper and reads.
Do you, Baby Johnson, star of stage and screen, take Rick Donald to be your lawfully wedded husband?
No, I don't.
You don't have to ask her that part. Let's speed this up.
Do you, Rick Donald, take Baby Johnson, lawfully wedded husband?
Yes.
And now I pronounce you husband. Oh, kiss the bride.
You are so fucking fired.
Rick
Kiss
goes
me,
to
babe.
Rick goes to kiss Baby. She doesn't reciprocate.
Kiss me, baby. Come on, I need you to kiss me.
I won't kiss you, not anymore.
Thomas, she wants to do things the hard way.
That's not so smart.
No, it's not.
You will be reported for this. You have no idea what power I have.
So much power. You can go, Thames. Thank you for this. I'll never forget what you did for me.
Goodbye, Rick. Goodbye, Rick's wife. I hope you have a wonderful life together.
Thames walks to the front of the church and seems to have disappeared from the church.
You think this is all fun and games, but you just wait. Just wait until I get out. You and that wacko will be arrested for this.
It would be worth it. I'll be locked up knowing my wife is out there, making her mark on the world.
We are not married. Help! Help! Help!
You really need to stop that. It's not good for your throat to scream so loud.
Sick fuck! You're sick! You won't get away with this!
But I already did. Oh, baby, I love you so much. I've always loved you. Since I first saw you in She's Totally Down or Robo Mama, you've always been everyone's star, and now you'll finally be mine.
You have some really bad taste. Those are my worst movies.
Baby uses her free hand to grab the shovel. They tussle for a bit, but Baby manages to smack Rick over the head with it. He goes limp and passes out.
Why is it so hard to find a goddamn manager in this town?
She gets up from the pew and starts to walk towards the door, dragging Rick's body behind her. End of play. Great, thank you so much. I forgot that she drags his body out of the church. That's so fun. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. That was a great read. And actually, I will be reading the last play as well, which I'm going to get to right about now. But I do want to mention that Jay Snodgrass, who's the playwright of our next and last play, has a new book coming out, Welcome to Tragedy, A Beginner's Guide to Greek Drama. So if you have any interest in that, definitely reach out to him if you have any questions. But I will be getting started with the play. So I am reading I'm reading the stage directions for Severance by Jay Snodgrass. Wendy is being played by Danelle Adler. Lucy is being played by Tammy Martell. And Man is being played by Sean Cheeky. Just need to do the... Okay. So, I just want to make sure everyone, I do. Okay, so, setting, a haunted church. Altar at center, we can see that a man is lying unconscious behind it. His pant legs and black boots are showing. At rise, Lucy and Wendy stand on either side of the table out of breath. Their clothes are totally shredded and bloody. Lucy holds a bloody shovel. They stand gasping for breath for a minute, staring in horror at the dead man and at each other.
We killed him.
Damn right we did.
We killed him.
Yeah. After he killed Blitz and Stoner and Barbie. Yeah, he sort of did the world a favor with that one because she was always a jerk to me, but...
With a surge of anger, she kicks him. His legs twitch.
You killed Blitz!
But now, hallelujah, he's dead! Rejoice!
Lucy kicks him again.
I am rejoicing. We're alive.
And stop kicking him! He's dead. I think it's a sin.
What? This psychomaniac has been stalking us all night, butchering our friends, trying to murder us, and I'm a sinner for kicking his dead stiff?
He's already condemned to awaken on Judgment Day and be cast into a giant blender and pureed to pulp and blood? But if you mangle his corpse, how will they even recognize him?
I don't know. I mean, how are they going to recognize our mangled friends after what this psycho did to them? And if they've been rotting in the ground for years, how will they recognize anyone?
Well, some of us who've remained untainted will.
On second thought, before we get into that, go get an axe.
For what?
To chop off his head, silly.
What?
Lucy pantomime gestures like talking to a child.
You go, get axe, chop off his head.
But he's dead!
So he won't mind at all. But in case you've forgotten, he's already been dead 4 times tonight. Till we turn our backs and start talking about something else and he pops up, slashing again. So go get the axe and chop his psycho head off.
We killed him! It's done!
The exact words you said when we ran him over with the car. When we shoved him off the steeple. When we drowned him in the baptismal font. Listen, we can discuss this whole thing after you've severed his head.
No. No way. I'm not touching a body.
Ugh, I'm not telling you to touch his junk. I mean his head. This one. Cut it off.
You know so much about male anatomy. You do it.
I'm the one who got us this far.
So, your hands are already bloody.
Yeah. And he was trying to kill both of us. So now it's your turn.
But look at these palms. Lily white. Blameless. Yours have already,
Already what?
already performed wifely duty. Without a blessed ring to sanctify.
Whoa. Are you telling me, while we stand over this mass murderer who we just killed, except he's probably not even dead, and you're on my case because of premarital handjobs?
I'm just saying, if someone's hands were going to defile this body, yours would be the logical, obvious choice. But what I'm really saying, why make things worse? Let God sort it out. He's dead. We're safe.
But that's what he wants. Us calm and la-di-da, babbling on, giving each other a foot massage, and...
Who's calm? I'm freaked out.
Then chop his head off. You feel so much better, and I'll massage your...
And where do we find an axe? This is a church.
So use the shovel.
I'm not touching that.
Do it.
No, you do it. I'll make you a deal.
I'm listening.
You hack off his head, if that's what you so deeply desire, and then I'll take the shovel and real gentle, I'll remove that hand for you.
What?
Real gentle. I'll even sing some calming hymns while...
You want to cut off my hand?
No, I don't want to, but I will. For you, your soul. Jesus himself said, if your hand causes you to sin, 'tis better to cut it off and cast it in the fire.
No, and shut up about it. And where was Jesus when this monster killed our friends?
He's been right here with us, protecting us. This is his house, you know?
What about them? Blitz and Stoner? And Barbie?
I don't know. He works in mysterious ways. And when the 7th trumpet sounds, he will raise up the righteous. So I think at least some of them might be all right.
And this mysterious wacko here? I don't think he's waiting for any trumpet. He's been resurrecting himself all night. And he's right here, fooling us again into thinking his murder spree is over. And you won't finish him off. Just do it.
No! This is a crime scene. We've got to call the police, and they'll have a zillion questions. Barbie's parents will have to come here and see her on the stairs, and how many times we tripped over her running away. Stoner's folks will see his body wrapped, the steeple, and Blitz's parents.
No one ever imagines they'll see their linebacker's son beaten to death with a Bible.
And then my parents will show up and chop off my head for sneaking in here with you guys. And your mom will find out you lied to her. Wow. And I thought this was a nightmare. Tomorrow's going to be Old Testament.
Not to mention the news crews, photographers. I can't let them see me like this. This might be the only time in my life I make the news, and my perm is dead.
You're lucky to be alive.
You look terrible.
I've been fighting this maniac all night.
And the TV cameras will add 10 pounds to the bags under your eyes. They'll go from carry-ons to luggage. Also, your muffin top there.
It's not a modeling audition.
That's what some people say. When tragedy strikes, local, newsworthy tragedy. But you and me, tomorrow's a screen test for talk shows, and I think we can nail it. Go national. Look. My friends and I gathered in this old church for Bible study, and we were deep into the Gospel of Thomas when this wacko attacked us.
Nobody's going to believe that, and there is no Gospel of Thomas.
That's your opinion. Anyway, my friends and I were cramming for an algebra exam, and this homicidal whack job attacked us. I don't know how it started.
Yeah, because Blitz was doing an exam in your algebra.
Well, do you think we should say we broke into a church to play Truth or Dare?
I don't.
Oh, and by the way, when the game stopped, it was your turn.
Lucy pulls out a 1-minute hourglass.
So I dare you to finish him off.
This is not a game, and
time's running out. You know the penalty.
I'm not playing. Now cool down.
Yep, just what he wants. We get all relaxed and give each other foot massages and slash, gush, blood.
Quit it. You're freaking me out.
So chop his head off.
I meant stop looking at my feet.
I would, but your big toe is really big.
Can you not? Fine, it's big. Why do you think I never wear sandals? It makes me... But this has nothing to do with...
See that? He moved.
What?
He moved when you distracted me with your toes. Like he was gonna roar.
Stop it!
Look at you. You're a mess. And now you're shouting at me. Just hack off his head so we can relax. I'll give you a massage.
What is up with you? I can't relax. 3 of my friends were slaughtered tonight, and you've been possessed with some weirdo kind of foot fetish.
Or maybe you have a dirty mind.
Look who's talking, slut.
Nerd.
Hey, wait a minute.
No, I know it's true. I remember the assembly when you got your perfect attendance certificate.
No, it's not that. I am a nerd. Blitz was a quarterback. Stoner was a pothead. That's why he was alone in the yard.
Actually, marijuana was just a gateway drug. He was a chronic masturbator. You get it? Chronic masturbator. I thought of that years ago, but I never had a chance to say it, and now there'll be no joking about him after this.
And Barbie was going to be this year's prom queen. You know, popular.
Well, most likely to succeed at pissing me off. But what's your point?
I've seen slasher movies before, and the slut always dies, like first.
Well, yeah, because losers who shoot movies about violence against women couldn't get their high school slut's attention. Which is not to say I agree with your labeling. And those are just movies, not real life. And if you're so concerned about slasher movie patterns, you should already know this dude's about to pop up and kill one of us.
Well, it won't be me, 'cause I still have my maidenhead. Everyone knows it's the best protection against Hollywood slashers. Also this.
A toy? Is that Jesus the action figure?
Well, I'm alive, aren't I?
So? You're protected. Get down there and hack his head off.
Wait a minute. You,
What?
of course, you would have died first, except that you're the killer. You did this to get on the news, and this guy, he just showed up maybe in response to all the screaming from the house, and now you're trying to get me to kill him, so I'll be in on it too, and have to protect your alibi and get blackmailed into fulfilling your foot fetish perversion, and for having defied this innocent man, I'll have to join you in eternal perdition.
That's insane.
Wendy flips
Your
the
turn.
hourglass.
Your turn. Truth. Confess!
All right. You want to know so bad? Fine. I do have a thing about feet. More a fixation than a fetish. Anytime I've been honest about it, I get called names like some freak weirdo. And I'm so starved for positive attention, sometimes I'll give a guy what he wants to get it. Can you at least understand?
You're a monster.
Well, maybe I am. But that doesn't mean I...
Man pops up from the floor.
Ah, I'm alive! Ah, you thought I was dead this whole time! I'm gonna stab you now! Shoot me for me, Timbers!
Man stabs Lucy, turns to Wendy.
Cheese and crackers!
Wendy grapples with him, wrestles the knife away, and stabs him. He falls to the floor behind the table. Wendy stands over him, out of breath like she was at the start of the play. Pause.
Oh, to hell with it. This head is definitely coming off.
She kneels down behind the altar and begins. We see his legs twitch. Blackout. Thank you so much, Sean. Oh my God. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening for this quarantine quarters. We're so happy that you were able to join us tonight. We are going to be releasing our prompt. Maddie, do you want to do it or?
Would you be able to do it just because
Yeah, I can do it. No worries. So our quarantine quarters for quarantine quarter 13, they will not be due this coming Friday. We are going to be taking the July 4th weekend off, and starting the week after that, we will be doing quarantine quarters every other week. So we are releasing the prompt. They are due within 48 hours, and then we are going to be taking our time reading them, processing them, and we'll be doing our next quarantine quarter 13 2 weeks from that Friday. So the prompts are for the dialogue. The first is toxic masculinity is a hell of a drug. And then the next line is all I wanted was a kiss. The next line is you fell in love, but then you just fell apart. The props that need to be used are a poker, a basket that looks like a sock monkey, and finally an empty bottle of champagne. And then for the set, it must be set in a courtyard. So those are the prompts that we have for Quarantine Quarters 13. We will also be releasing it to all the people who have emailed us before with interest for participating in Quarantine Quarters. If you are interested in being part of the Quarantine Quarters as a playwright, please let us know. You can either put it in the comment section of this live stream, or you can also email us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. Thank you again so much, everyone, for joining us. If you do have any questions or want to be part of anything that we're doing, let us know. We are always happy to have more people join our fabulous company. And I believe that's everything.
That's pretty much it. Once again, just a special shout out to our Patreon members. They pay for these shout outs, and we like to just give them their money's worth. Sarah Henderson, we're so sorry you're not on the slideshow. We love you so much. Oh my gosh. You'll be on the next one, I promise. Leslie Cairns, Sean Cheeky, Wayne Conover, Ryan Schlia, Catherine Chwebka. Thanks again. This is Green Buffalo. We had a really great time with y'all tonight, and we'll see you next time. Have a very fun and safe holiday weekend next week.